is no right way to do this. And you don't have to raise your hand and ask permission. Your idea is good enough. And we move forward with it. And it is that type of thinking and that type of momentum that we're looking to create with the Transition Rogers Park
What I'm going to do
movement.
today, in the next 20 minutes, first 20 minutes, is show you a video. The video is of a gentleman by the name of Michael Brownlee, and he is the founder of Transition Boulder, Colorado. You spend some time, invest the time, listen closely. I think you're going to get a much better understanding of what transition is all about. How it is really based on a concern and an understanding that we are at a point in history where a number of crises are converging. One of those is global climate change, another peak oil production, and the other is economic chaos, which I think we all can sense some anxiety about that happening right now, as well as maybe the other two issues as well. So this isn't about greening, this is about a community responding to these issues ahead.
So today what we're doing is we're looking at, initially, with this group of 15 people or so, 16 I think if there are of us, we're going to say what is our vision at the moment for Rogers Park for 2020. Let's think about 2020. You know, that's not too far. This is kind of the quick and dirty visioning process so that we can actually quickly see what we're all thinking of, and then you're going to kind of self-select out of those areas which ones you'd like to work on today in the open space time to start thinking about what we might do about that.
So if you could just share with us for 2 minutes some of the main ideas.
We'll start with the bottom. Have fun. Enjoy. Everyone loves food. Think about food. Think about healthy food, your own food. We could have all sorts of garden classes, workshops, sharing resources, knowledge about gardening, fertilizing, obtaining seeds. To me are avant-garde ideas, but I see that people are doing them. Chickens, bee culture, goats, pigs. I heard that all this can be done. It's legal. You can do it right here.
We came about through identifying all of the things that people have, that people know that they want to teach, and what people want to learn. Things we thought that some people know, and many others need to and will want to learn are things relating to obtaining our food, growing it, harvesting it, preserving it, preparing it. Energy areas, being able to weatherize our own homes, obtain building materials that are local and reused, healthcare, preventative healthcare, yoga.
What I'm starting to see, just by listening to the other two, is that all of these are interconnected.
Mm-hmm.
And that is such a beautiful thing, because I don't think we could have local commerce without the reskilling and without having the food piece of it. And it's coming together just amazingly. So we kind of got heady on things here. Imagine that. And we thought, okay, if we're going to create a local commerce with like the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, everything here within walking distance to so that we can get to it as well as sustain our community, what are the steps that we would need to do? So the first thing is that we would do an inventory. We would contact, I just threw these up there, DevCore or Rogers Park Community Center, to find out what local businesses do we have now. And from there, we could do a community survey to find out what businesses are people looking for. Are there things that are here that we don't have, and are there things here that we really don't need?
Identified the true cost of car ownership and avoided subsidizing cars. We would also have held a charrette process to identify areas of the neighborhood that are underserved by transit, and perhaps have a local circulator like some other cities have done, where instead of running a big city bus, There's just a small local bus that gets people around to the grocery stores and other
Great.
We're
necessities.
talking a lot about diversity, and we envision this Rogers Park community, which is already quite diverse, but like a place where we're talking with our neighbors, helping them, and making daily connections. And yet, it seems like when we make those short little connections, maybe we don't see that person again. So having small groups that sustain the connection, something like what we already have with dog groups or moms groups, but broader and bridging gaps of separation, racial and ethnic separation.
We're not going to let this go static. First of all, Karen's already been recording a lot of what we've got posted today. The vision's already done. We're going to put that on the website today. We're going to type all of these up and have those posted. And we're going to invite everybody else on Transition Rogers Park to look at what we've done. So that means we're going to go, you've all been on the website, right? You all know there's this opportunity to do working groups. So we're going to start to form working groups around these areas. And I would encourage you, if you have passion in any of these areas, to start dialogue with other people so we can keep the conversation going. While we're doing this, we're going to continue doing the awareness raising, and we would encourage all of you to help us with that piece, because as much as those of us here who are like-minded are seeing things in I think, a relatively clear way, there's a whole bunch of people out there in our neighborhood who look at us like we're something off another planet and don't know what the words peak oil mean. They do know about the uncertain economics of our time, and they may have heard about climate change, but putting all three together poses some real challenge. Anything that we can do to take this beyond the theoretical, beyond the idea, beyond the vision, into some action steps is encouraged. So if you have an idea, run with it. You know, like Cynthia said, this is a time to step up, raise your hand, don't wait for permission, just do it.